All right, let's bring in our guest. He is an accomplished actor and without question, the Michael Jordan of voiceover actors. I believe he's responsible for the voice of every single Simpsons character except for one of Marge's twin sisters. I forget which one. One of the funniest guys in the business. You got to believe Hank Azaria is here. How's it going, Hank?
Yeah, I don't do Selma, but I do Patty. No, I don't. I don't do either of those. How you doing, Sal? How's it going?
Good. It's great to have you. Before we start, I have to address the elephant, or in this case, the canine in the room. Now, you and I met a long time ago, and I actually hope you don't remember this, but I have to bring it up. It was about 1997, 98. I was fortunate enough to attend the table read for The Simpsons. I was invited by my friend Donick Carey. You know Donick, right?
Sure. Yeah.
A writer for the show. You guys were celebrating a milestone episode. I don't know if it was 150. It might have been 200th. That it was right around there. But that's not what I'm about to apologize for. You were there with your dog. And as I remember, it was a very sweet dog. And there was a chocolate cake because everybody was celebrating, like I said, the milestone episode. And I wasn't aware at the time that you can't feed dogs chocolate. Apparently that's a thing. And I've learned the hard way, because I fed your dog the chocolate cake and you came over and screamed at me, and rightfully so. I deserved every bit of it. But do you remember this at all?
You know, I did not remember that, but I heard you tell the story.
Yeah.
And did I really like curse you out and drop F-bombs on you and like really flip out?
You were very upset. I don't know specifically if they were F-bombs. You were yelling at me. You weren't even yelling at me in any of the famous cartoon voices either, which made it even sadder for me. But no, you were in the right. I was in the wrong. I was stupid.
So I apologize if I was verbally abusive, because there's no excuse for that. But yeah, you know, I don't recall that, but I will tell you that she did get quite ill after that.
No, I'll stop that. No, come on.
And no, I'm kidding. But she could have. Don't ever feed chocolate. Don't ever feed anything to a dog you don't know, because they might have stomach issue. You never know what you're.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I had just gotten to Hollywood. I figured this was LA. It was a dog-friendly vegan faux chocolate cake. I don't know what I was thinking, but I apologize nonetheless. I appreciate it.
No, I don't recall it, which didn't set up my bid for blaming you for her demise. I was going to carry that farther, but I'm not good.
Okay.
You're very good. You're crank. You guys are great at the practical jokes. For someone who does as many voices, I I admire Sacha Cohen so much for his balls, with that stuff. Like I can't. I get too freaked out whenever I try to perpetrate anything in real life.
You didn't do like crank calls when you were younger? And
I did, but they
voices?
were completely. Growing up in Queens, I could see a phone booth out my window, and it was like we don't have them anymore, but a payphone, right? And I would see it was right next to parked cars, and one of my early uses of the Jim Brockmire voice was I would call you could call, if you got the number, you could call those booths back in the day, and I'd call it when I saw people walking by. I go, "Hi, this is Jim Brockmire from WKRP. There is $1,000 hidden in the red Pinto next to you. You have 60 seconds to find it." And I would watch people essentially attempt to break into a car. It was right across from a police station.
Oh, that's awesome.
My holy grail was always see if somebody would get arrested for trying to break into a car. But
oh, that's great. There probably weren't accessible video cameras at the time, right? Otherwise, you would have had something on your hands.
No, we were very far from
that. Well, listen, you mentioned Queens, and one thing I'm not going to apologize for is our mutual love of the New York Mets. Well, it worked this year, I should say. Maybe if years past, I would apologize on our behalf. But pretty good, stealing Juan Soto from the Yankees. I liked it even more because it was against the Yankees, because I have a lot of a-hole Yankee fan friends. Do you feel the same way? Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
do you hate the Yankees? Good.
Yeah, I do. I try to keep it tamped down because it's painful, because they always win. And I don't like to start that fight that I know I'm probably going to lose. And, but I really don't like, my Yankee fan friends, most of them go, "I like the Mets. I root for the Mets." I hate that condescending bullshit because, you can't, because it's, because you can afford to because we're never a threat. And, and so, yeah. It's moments like getting Soto that make you realize
Yeah.
how much animosity I actually have towards the Yankees, because I really was psyched about that.
I know. It's like an owner I don't even know screwing over another owner I don't even know. And that's like the game I'm playing at this point, right? Just not who cares what happens on the field.
We got to take what victories we can get, right?
Exactly.
It's like we don't have too much to be happy about.
And so I was trying to figure it out. I think you have a couple of years on me, but what was your first memory of the Mets? Mine was like that Mazzilli, Stearns, Doug Flynn, not exactly Murderer's Row, late 70s. What do you remember first about this team?
I was 6 years old in 1970.
Okay.
And so I missed
it.
The Miracle Mets, and I missed the Miracle Knicks. But no, that's not quite true, because in 70, actually, my first real sports memory is all the elders of my family gather on TV watching Willis Reed take the court.
Oh, wow.
In that game. And that kind of turned me into a Knicks fan. But I definitely missed the Jets and the Knicks that year. I missed the Miracle Jets and Miracle Mets.
Right.
But the next year became fans of all three teams. And my first, those early Mets, those were good teams, 70 and 73.
73, they made it.
Buddy Harrelson, Tom Seaver, Felix Mian, Cleon Jones, Ron Swoboda, those Mets, Duffy Dyer, John Matlack.
They lost to the A's in 73. You were about 9 or 10 then, right? And they had actually Willie Mays, kind of a role player at that point. But yeah, that was an exciting year. Listen, your hit show Brockmire, you play the main character. I know you know this, Jim Brockmire.
You know what count hit means, don't you? Yeah. It's just a really good show that nobody watches. That's what that means.
But you played it down on your luck announcer, Major League Baseball announcer. Growing up, was it always acting, or did you ever want to go into a career of sports broadcasting?
No, I never wanted. I loved sports. I was raised by the TV, and sports was a huge part of that. But no, I knew I wasn't knowledgeable enough to be like a sports broadcaster or analyst or writer. I was always a mimic, but I didn't think that meant I wanted to be an actor till much later. So no, I loved TV and imitating it. That's pretty much all I knew.
We had great ones though, right? We had, you got to hear Lindsey Nelson. I don't think I vaguely remember Bob Murphy, Ralph Kiner.
Bob Murphy was kind of Brockmire after a lot of cigarettes. And the Brockmire jacket was based on Lindsey Nelson's wardrobe choices.
If you could pick any broadcaster, whatever player in Major League history to be Brockmire's color guy, who would you go with?
It would be fun. Would have been fun to mix it up with Vin Scully.
Oh yeah,
because that would have been like be fun, kind of undercutting Vin when he got all grandiose.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the salmon sky and Chavez Ravine, and then Jim does his thing.
Exactly.
All right,
Salmon Sky. That was the name of a young lady that I was paid to be with a few nights ago. Salmon Sky. It's the name she danced under anyway.
Hank, I have to say you do an incredible Bruce Springsteen. I don't know why I didn't expect it, but if
wouldn't you expect it? Imitate everybody else, Cousin Sal.
You're right. And if your songs came on the radio, I don't think I would know the difference. Like when did you tap into Bruce?
Some we got down pretty good. It'd be hard to tell. I turned 60 last April. I had mixed feelings about that. You get very nostalgic in your old age. Sal. I think you're about 7 years younger than I am. I don't know, but you might notice, right? Every year you get older, you get a little more longing for everything about your youth. Music's a big part of that. And I thought it'd be funny to sort of do a reverse surprise party for my birthday and tell folks I had this Springsteen tribute band, but not tell them that I have been obsessed for months with learning to sing like Bruce. And we played for an hour and a half.
We went back inside, sat down, had a few drinks. All he kept talking about.
It's all for charity. We raise money for my foundation. And we've been touring ever since then. I love it so much.
That's amazing. You have some dates coming up. I'll hit you at the end with that. What's the hardest Springsteen song to do, and what's your favorite?
There are certain songs, Cousin Sal, that you go real low to real high.
Mm-hmm.
She's the One was really hard to get. Cracking that was like the Rosetta Stone of the thing. Like And Backstreets was really hard too. Like that gets low and powerful and up high. And once I cracked those two songs, I felt like I could do most of his stuff. But I'm still learning. Like I never took singing seriously until this last year, even though I've sung a lot. But singing as Chief Wiggum, no one really cares how good you sound.
Have you met Springsteen? And does he know about this impression?
I believe I met him twice, not since I've been doing this. I made a total fanboy fool of myself twice. Like I lost my mind in a kind of uncool way with him twice. And I screamed at him for giving my dog chocolate. It was weird.
He did it too?
He did it too. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm sorry, I didn't know. But no, and then it was a crazy story, but a buddy of mine came to the show and he had a video of us doing Thunder Road. He said, please send it to me right now. And I sent it to him. And apparently Patty Scialfa, Bruce's wife, was in his dentist chair and he showed it to Patty and she showed it to Bruce. So apparently they liked it, but who knows? I would have died.
Oh, that's great.
If I ever watched Bruce watch it, I'd freak out.
Well, listen, beyond that, maybe, Bruce had to take a few months off last year. Could you just pick up the tour where he leaves off? I don't want to say there wouldn't be too much difference, but you do a pretty incredible job stepping in.
Thanks a lot, cousins. I hope it's not necessary, but if need be, I stand ready like that. That Filipino kid who now is in Journey.
Right. It's been like 3 since. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's get to football. You're a big Jets fan, as you mentioned. I hate to make you relive this past Jets season. Well, what are you hoping for next season? Who would be your choice of coach and quarterback? Let's start there.
I'm hoping for Woody Johnson to, I don't know what.
Yeah, you can't say it. I know.
No, come on. I get so upset with this, cousin Sal. Somehow Mr. Dolan at the Knicks somehow realized that what he should probably do is hire real smart guys and let them do their job. He's done it. And now the Knicks are doing really well. God bless him. And that's what I hope for, because everything else to me is rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. Who cares at this point? Every move feels like the wrong one because Woody's going to get involved and ruin it all. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't know how, but Jerry Jones is the same. And I don't want to seem ageist, and we certainly went through this during the election, but what I don't know that, 80-something-year-olds should be running these high profile organizations. Well, like I don't know if I trust my father with a shopping list at this point.
Exactly. I mean, Jerry Jones, at least he used to know,
Right.
I swear, look, Woody Johnson, you listen to him talk. He sounds like that relative of yours that, you can tell talking to them after 30 seconds, they don't really know the sport. You know what I mean? That's what Woody Johnson sounds like. And he's like making decisions over there. It's really upsetting.
Yeah. All right. So just point blank, the Aaron Rodgers thing. Do you want Aaron back? Because there are some people now, because he sort of finished strong, I guess, the last game, and we're like, yeah, you know what? Let's give it another spin.
I don't mean to be cagey. I really mean, the honest answer is I'm just completely nihilistic. I won't say I don't care, because I watch every game, but I don't expect any good result unless, Ambassador Johnson goes the Dolan or Wilpon route. I just think so I don't root for anything except that.
Isn't it sad? I feel it in your voice. Like we've been beaten down for so many decades now that I ask you a question, you can't, I don't even care. I can't decide. What's it going to we
What difference does it? Look, we had Darnold and we had Geno, and that anything we can't have nice things, right? Anything we have in our system will be ruined and spoiled for any number of reasons. So it's like Snyder or Donald Sterling, or name a horrible owner and their friend. That's what we are. That's it.
Right. All right, listen, let's talk about the good teams now. I want to give you a free bet. I want to sort of try to make up for contributing to the demise of your poor sweet dog. But I'm going to put this in through FanDuel.
She did get sick. It might not have helped her any. Eventually she got sick.
Let's do a Super Bowl matchup. Who do you like in February 9th, New Orleans?
It's tough this year. Gotta like the Lions.
Okay.
And the NFC. And I don't see anybody beating Baltimore.
Okay.
So I would go Baltimore, Detroit.
All right.
Nice.
I'm looking at that now. You get 5-1 odds on that. I'm going to follow up on this, and I'm going to pay you if that indeed becomes the matchup in the Super Bowl. Ravens,
I'll go with
Lions.
that. I know the Ravens often do find a way to not get there.
Right.
Casey always seems to find a way to do it. And Buffalo does look awfully good. But I don't know. I think, yeah, if I had a bet, that's what I go with.
You're locked in. Don't even second guess it. 5-1.
Yeah.
That's a solid one. All right. Before you go, Hank, the man behind so many iconic voices, I'm going to offer you a choice, and I am hoping you give us one of these.
All right.
Can you do both? Would be fantastic too. Chief Wiggum arresting Aaron Rodgers for selling ayahuasca in the Jets locker room, or Jim Brockmire calling Edwin Diaz striking out Aaron Judge to win Game 7 of the 2025 World Series between the Mets and Yankees.
All right, well, let's start with Wiggum.
Mhm.
Aaron Rodgers, they're under arrest for the sale of illicit substances in a professional football team locker room. Although I see that it is the Jets, so I don't think that qualifies. So I'm letting you go this time, Rodgers. Just watch yourself.
Beautiful. I don't know if you could top that or if you want to try.
What you say? Edwin Diaz striking out
Aaron Judge, maybe
so
bases loaded.
Diaz deals, bases jacked, bases full of Yankees. And here comes a 3-2, swung on and missed. And Yankee fans all over the world can suck it. I think that's Brockmire.
Beautiful. I'm going to send you your day rate and hopefully Lions, Ravens if it hits. Wow. Hank, thanks so much for being here. Again, I apologize for the dog chocolate thing. If you ever want to come over and give my dog chocolate, I would feel it's fine. I totally understand.
A little coda to that story. At that time, this is true, had another dog, a big Samoyed, those beautiful white dogs, you know.
I used to have one too, yeah.
He, apparently, I didn't witness this, but legend has it that there was a chocolate cake, a whole chocolate cake on a table in the kitchen, left unattended, and the dog ate the whole thing one time and was completely fine. So I don't know. Maybe this chocolate thing about dogs isn't true, but I have heard many dogs get quite sick from eating chocolate. So
yeah, I'm not looking to be absolved of any blame. You're right. Yes, let's keep it out there that chocolate is bad for dogs. But thank you, Hank. You and the EZ Street Band performing in Orlando, February 6th.
yes,
Hit those tour dates, ezstreetnyc.com, and MegaCon Orlando on February 7th. Is that right?
I will be signing mostly Simpson stuff there. That all goes to charity as well. All those appearances go to help the kids. So please come out, check us out.
Look at you. You're the man. Thanks so much for being on, Hank.
Thanks for having me, Cousin Sam.